This morning we're on the Grinnell Glacier Trail. We're making our way around. At one point there will be a split. You can go to Grinnell Lake or make your way up continue on the Glacier Trail. So we'll make a decision when we get there. So we met this awesome ranger at the ranger station this morning. She was kind enough to jump on this hike with us. She was on a trail rove assignment for today, and so as long as she was going this way, we thought we'd just tag along.
This is the creek that runs behind our house. And you guys went to Fisher Cap Lake, right? So this was the water from Fisher Cap empties out down the street. And Wilbur Falls. The Wilbur Falls water mixes the Swift Current water, and they go together. And they end up in the lake that we're in Fisher.
We were crossing the bridge, and it was up in the hill, and we could see it up in the hill. And then we were like, oh, bear, and so everybody was just kind of really still and kind of backed away. And then he continued up, and so we thought he had left the trail. Well, then he came over and came down really fast. And my husband was the last one, and
No, I was the first
I mean
one.
the first one, but I mean the last one
To run away.
and it crossed the bridge, like coming.
That's all.
You weren't still on the bridge, were you?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, he was probably
It was fast.
Yeah,
It
probably.
was fast.
It was. We thought it was gone, and it turned around, and it
It
came
was like
down.
it ran right by you. Was it a black bear or grizzly?
It was a grizzly bear because we saw a big hump on its back.
Wow. Did you see its claws? Sounds like it was close to you.
No,
Yeah.
It was
We're
scary.
running
There was like about
We're gonna get
15
distance.
of us that were all just like.
And then where did it go next?
It went at
Down
the
along
bridge.
the
It went
creek.
off.
So from the bridge, it went
Off
to
to
the
the
right,
right.
down. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it probably went down to Swift Current Lake.
Yeah, Swift Current Lake.
Oh, on the bridge. Can I
On the
zoom?
bridge. Yeah.
Look at that, guys. A bear walking right on the bridge that
That's
you went on.
crazy.
Crazy.
So
It was about 7:30 this morning.
exciting.
Yes, so we just thought we would let you know.
So that would have been quite the way to start your hike. I'm not sure I'd have gotten these girls to continue on the trail. Swift Current Lake. We're almost to the boat dock on Swift Current. Many Glacier Hotel.
That's where Aaliyah works at the boat dock. Or sometimes they'll flip over a rock and eat things that are underneath the rock. I'm gonna look at this one. A better one? Yeah. Well, woodpeckers would also look for bugs in the tree, but I don't think a woodpecker would tear apart a log. Most likely.
A really big woodpecker.
Yeah. So, just things to look for that you're like, oh yeah, a bear's been here before me.
Huh.
A little bit before, right here, we heard the horn honk on the boat, and then it took like 3 more steps, and my friend behind me yells, "Moose!" And I turned this way, and there was a female moose about where Aaliyah is. My friend had already jumped off the trail. The female moose was about where Aaliyah was, and she was running. And so I just jumped down here, and Susan jumped down here, and we were both standing, like hiding behind this tree as the moose comes past, and its baby right behind it. Aww. And we think that there were like, so then there was another family in front of us, and so Susan's like, "Get off the trail, moose off the trail!" And the parents went uphill first and then grabbed their kids. And which is kind of funny, but I think they were spooked by people and maybe the boat or whatever.
Wow. So we are now at Lake Josephine. So you're able to ride a boat across Swift Current Lake, do a short hike, and then go from there to this dock, and you can take the boat from here all the way over there to the other end of Lake Josephine. So if you're doing the Grinnell Glacier Trail, that's a good way to knock off some of the mileage so that you don't have to do quite as far.
So it can lose its bark just because it's dead, but also I would guess it could have been a bear or other animals that want to get in and eat the insects, because the insects will be under the bark. And I know birds also chip away at the bark, so it could be woodpeckers, could be bears. Those would be the two that I think of most commonly, but no telling.
So now we're at the opposite end of Lake Josephine. You can see people down below swimming in the, or wading across the creek anyway. So this water's flowing from the lake above that we'll see soon down here to Lake Josephine, and you can see the boat company dock over on the other side. Aaliyah, do you happen to know how deep Lake Josephine is?
70 feet at its deepest, so like around there.
Around 70 feet at its deepest. So it's amazing here to me that all the different things. We go from the lakes to the beautiful wildflowers, and then you get these small little trickles of a waterfall. It seems like everywhere you look and everywhere you turn, there's something worthy of taking a picture, stopping and looking. And when you're hiking, it's always good to have fun things to look at and excuses to take a break.
No, it's not. We still have a while. You can see there's people up there. I forgot you were in front of us.
We kind of hike at two different speeds in our family.
But you know, that's okay.
Yeah. Claire has the mindset of
Let's
just
get it done.
one step
Yeah.
in front of the other, let's keep moving and get it done.
And they're like, let's take a break.
And breaks are okay.
Breaks are good every once in a while.
Yeah.
The big, like 100-foot black stripe in the cliff. If you follow that black stripe to the right, it ends, or it doesn't end, but it's covered by snow all of a sudden. That is Salamander Glacier. It looks like a salamander if you use your imagination. And that's its head on the left and its foot down below.
Yeah, I see it.
There's a waterfall coming out of its belly, and then it continues off to the right. So that's Salamander Glacier. Then at the top of the wall, there's a large patch that looks, it's like shaped like a football, perhaps, with a crack in it. Football with a crack in it. That is Gem Glacier. And Gem is the one that technically doesn't count as a glacier because it's not the right size, but we do think it's still moving because of the angle of the slope it's on, and we see crevasses when the snow melts off. It still is covered with last year's snow, and little by little throughout the summer, some of that snow will melt, and you'll be able to see crevasses in the ice. Then Grinnell Glacier is not visible from here. But if you were to go down from Gem and from Salamander and go straight down where there's like a little patch of snow on the wall, that's right above Grinnell. Probably was once part of Grinnell, but got left behind as Grinnell was getting smaller. So. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for asking.
So here we have a closer view of Salamander Glacier. Down below, Grinnell Lake. And I'm making my way. We kind of split the group up a little bit. I'm trying to catch up to the group that's ahead of me now. Come to our first snow that we've seen here in Glacier.
This hit my mom. Our mom.
She's serious. She's serious. She's serious.
I feel like if we wanted to go up there, that's our risk.
Except for it's against the law. Other than that, it would be your risk. Because if you get hurt, then park resources have to come rescue you. So.
I apologize. That's okay. That's why we come up here. Make sure people know.
What caused that? Like, where does the trail usually go to?
What caused it? It's
I mean,
early in the season. So it's like typically this is June. This is June conditions, and we're in mid-July because we just had a lot of snow late in the season, a lot of cold weather in May and June. So it just hasn't melted yet. The trail continues here. You can see where the waterfalls are coming down. It goes through where those waterfalls are, across those snowfields. And then there's more waterfalls coming down and more snow, and it goes through those snowfields. And the problem is that, well, here it's obvious what the problem is, snowbird. But beyond that, all of these steep snowfields have runoff that's clipped. And it's really hard to get rescue people in here to take people out when they fall and that kind of thing. So we keep it, typically this time of year, it's getting close to the time where it's going to be open. But this year it's just late. Just like the going to the Sun Road was late, just like everything's just, the plants are a lot later. Everything's a little behind this year, so.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. No. Let's see. This trail is closed, right? That's what it says.
Yeah.
I'm going to tie it a little higher.
Yeah.
You think?
Uh-huh. Where'd you go?
You want to show her? You want to go down?
Down there.
You just investigating down there or what?
Eventually.
Making sure there's no bear down there?
Oh, yeah.
Always be bear aware.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, there's that.
Aaliyah just said, wait, you've never peed outside?
Caroline
She's
did
like,
say that.
yes.
Oh my god.
First timer.
So cousin Aaliyah is introducing all of the girls to a new experience here on this hike up to the Grinnell Lake overlook. So Caroline, tell me about this new experience that you just had.
Don't even. It was a wondrous new experience.
I saw your face.
Cousin Aaliyah got to teach her.
I saw your face when you discovered that she had never done this before.
Yeah.
It was quite joyous.
Okay, so I had to stop the hike because I don't really like hiking, like at all. And but I went with them today because everybody was going, you know, stay with the people. So I went and got to a certain point and I was like, okay, it's time to stop. So I stopped. There was only about like 45 minutes left, like 3/4 of a mile.
That's a long hike that we're doing today.
Yeah, and so I stopped. Daddy stayed with me. And sorry, I'm having to look down because we're walking. Daddy stayed with me and the rest of them went on, and then Mama came back down and Daddy went up with them. So we've been sitting there waiting on them, and then it started raining. So it's been like kind of drizzling on us in random spurts, like teasing us all day. But it like actually started raining a second ago, so we got up and left, and they'll just have to figure out that we left without them, because they hadn't gotten back yet, and we'd been sitting there waiting for them for how long, you think, Mama?
I would been back with you probably 45 minutes.
Yeah, Mom had been there for probably about 45 minutes, and Daddy and I sat there for probably a good at least 30 minutes, if not 45 before that. So it's actually stopped raining now, but I get the feeling it'll start back up again in a second, because the whole time it was like teasing us earlier and like drizzling. Oh, they're way back there. You can't see them, but they're like right
Do you see him?
there somewhere. But as I was saying, it was like teasing us all day, drizzling, but it was like blue skies, clear skies the whole time. Well, now it's not clear skies, it's gray out. So I get the feeling that probably it'll start back up again. But it was
Making our way back down. We're in between Grinnell Lake and Lake Josephine. Do what? The rain did not last long, just a few drops. And we were continuing on.
You want to pick it up, Caroline? not picking up either.
There it is. Look at its tongue. It like rattles.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
there it goes in the rocks. I mean, it's not big. What?
Any idea?
What kind of snake it is?
It's a garter snake.
Okay.
We only have 2 types of snake in the park. There's some type of boa, but it's nocturnal. And so people don't really see that. And then there's the garter snake. So
Garter snakes aren't.
We could easily pick that one up.
They're good
Yeah.
snakes.
Do it.
Yeah, there's not any bad snakes here, so.
There's no
Guys,
poison
look down
ivy
here,
in
look down
there.
here. Yeah, it's in there.
Same one?
We have little mosquito
Watch out, there's
prints on
one
my
right there
finger.
too. Holy cow.
There's 3.
There's a little baby one.
The snakes probably went in there from the
Y'all.
whenever it started raining. Oh yeah, there's a little skinny one right there.
What are we looking at?
Snakes. Yep.
There's a little baby one right
There's
here.
a bigger one right over there.
Kind of snake.
You can barely see the one just went in there.
Oh, okay. Are they green?
Oh, there are 2
They're
tails.
not.
Oh, here comes that's a tail. And that's
Yeah,
a
there's
tail.
2 in there.
They're hiding.
What color are they?
Here comes Ranger Carrot.
Kind of a reddish,
Coiled up back
brown and reddish kind of.
There are 2 baby ones over here.
You can see its head coming out. There it is.
Oh, there's the head.
You've seen
Oh,
3.
they've gone in.
That was just
Oh,
leaving one.
imagine they came out right there.
There's one right there. And then there's a little one over there.
Grandma
would hate this.
Yeah.
I told Chloe, I was like, I said, we probably stopped 3 times going up, and I walked right down in probably 20 minutes. But
Yeah. We've made it back to the top of Lake Josephine. Looks like it's raining a little harder out over the lake than it is here on the trail, fortunately. Although the cool raindrops have felt nice. Okay, just when you thought the rain was just out over the lake, now it's set in. We're getting a little bit wet, but
Just a little bit.
not too bad yet.
I'm loving it.
A good Boy Scout would have a poncho in his backpack, but you know me, I'm not a Boy Scout, so.
Oh, look.
too hard to balance.
Oh, they just dove under. Sometimes when you're watching them, they'll like go under and then they'll come back up in a completely different spot. That's why the water looks so gross.
All right, so we're coming by the bear's bathtub, just past the bear's picnic area. So the rain is continuing to come down. It's not a get you soaking wet type of rain, but we're definitely damp.
Hair curl type of rain.
Yes, get that hair curly. Letting the bears know I'm coming. Yeah, they'll get eaten before us.
I think their bears here are pretty friendly.
You do, huh? Don't you ask Aunt Kara how friendly the bears are?
It's kind of like a rainforest because it is a rainy forest. Welcome to the rainforest. There's forest and there's rain.
Therefore, rainforest. And I'm running in the forest. So now it's run, forest.
Run!
Y'all hadn't even seen the movie. All right, we have completed the trail. You can see here the distance and steps and all that good stuff. I think the calories are wrong, but
And you can see the number of people that survived the hike.
Oh, babe.
thanks so much for joining us on our hike today. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you would, take a moment, like the video, subscribe to our channel. Be sure to hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified each time we release a new video. We've got a lot more glacier content coming up, so stay tuned in the weeks to come.